Hey guys, Vikas here. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about some important Java interview questions part 2. If you haven't seen my first part of Java interview question, then I'll recommend to watch that video. You can click on the I button or I already given the link in the description so you can watch that video. So without getting delay, let's start the session. So first question is, how can we know how many objects are created for a class? So in Java, when we create an object of a class, the constructor of the class is always invoked by default. So we can count the number of objects directly if we keep tracking how many constructor is called. So let's see the example. So you can see the class. I taken one class called object count and I took one static variable that is count and I initialized with the value 0 and in the constructor incrementing the count value. So for that one, when every time one new object will be created, so this constructor will be invoked and I can have the count of that object. So here as you see, I created the 4 object obj1, object2, object3 and object4. So each time that constructor will be invoked and we can get the count by incrementing of the counts. So if we'll print the count, then we'll get how many objects is created. Let's say here we have created 4 objects, so count will become 4. So let's move to the next question. So next question is, why string class is immutable and how can we create the custom immutable object? So first we'll see why string class is immutable. So here are some most important reasons which you can give to the interviewers. So first point is, Java object is given as immutable for storing the object as key in the collection map object. Key cannot be duplicated in the map, so always it will be immutable and it cannot be changed. So next point is string constant pool. So it is possible only because string is immutable in Java. This way Java runtime saves a lot of heap spaces because cache string literals are shared between multiple clients. There is always a risk where one client action would affect the all other clients. Whenever we are creating the object with string literals, so it's always creating the object in pool area. If I am going to create one more string object with the same value, so it will not create the another object, it will just reference to the same object. I'll come to this point and I'll show you how exactly it works in the next page. So next point is security. In case string is not immutable, then it would be cause severe security problem. For example, anyone can access to any file for which he has authorization and then he can change the file name and gain access to that file. Because string is immutable, it cannot be changed. Let's say if string is not immutable, in that case, if that person is changing the file name and again if he want to retrieve that file with the same file name, at the time he'll get some because that file is not exist. As the string is immutable, so we can achieve the security. So next point is, since string is immutable, it is safe for multi-threading. So we can avoid synchronization issue in Java as it can share between multiple threads. And next we'll see how can we create the custom immutable objects. So here are some points we can create some custom immutable object. So first point is, we need to make the class as final, or we can use the static factories and keep constructors private to ensure that class cannot be overridden so that its value be assigned only once. Make all fields private and final so that direct access is not allowed. Define parameterized constructor to initialize all the fields, performing a deep copy so that data members cannot be modified with an object reference. And the last but not the least, deep copy of objects should be performed in the getter methods to return a copy rather than returning the actual object reference. So we'll move to the next question. How many objects will be created in the following code and where they will stored in the memory? So here you can see I have the string s1 equal to Java, string s2 equal to Java. So can you tell me how many objects is created here? So I'll tell you guys here. So whenever we are creating the string object with string literals, then it's always checking in the string pool. If it is not exist, then it will create one object in the pool area. If it is already exist, then we are referencing to that object. We are not creating the new object again. When string s1 is created with string literal, so it's checked in the Java at the time that Java was not present in the pool area. So it's create one object by having the reference 1010. And next time whenever we are going to create the string s2 with the string literal and value having Java, so it will check in the string pool it's already present with the Java or not. If the value is already present here, then JVM is not creating any object here and it directly referencing to the same object. The next question is, how many objects will be created in the following code and where they will be stored? So here you can see like we are creating the objects in two different ways, by using the constructor and by using the string literals. So in the first, string s1 equal to new string, in the constructor we are passing the string value called Java. And the second way is string s2 equal to Java. This is the string literal. So what will be the answer here, guys? Here it will create the two objects. Object using new operator like s1 will be stored in the heap memory, and the object created using string literal s2 is stored in the string constant pool area. As you can see in the diagram, here s1 is created in the Java heap memory and s2 is created in the string pool. So what is the difference between string, string buffer and string builder? Based on our need, we can use the string, string buffer and string builder. Let's say if our requirement is to just achieve the immutability, then we can go for the string. If our requirement is we need to have the mutable and thread safety, then we'll go for the string buffer. And if our requirement is mutable and without thread safety, in that case we'll go for the string builder. So let's see, guys, what are the differences between these three. First point is type. So string is immutable in nature and string builder is mutable in nature, and string buffer is also a mutable in nature. So the next point is thread safe. So string is non-thread safe and non-synchronized, and string builder is also a non-thread safe, but string buffer is a synchronized which assures the thread safe environment. Next point is performance comparison. So by checking the performance, string is slower. Whenever we are creating the string, it's always checking in the pool area, so it's taking the time, so it's a slower. String builder is the faster than the string buffer, and string buffer is the slower than the string builder. And next is the memory management. So string always creates a new object when applied new changes, because it is immutable in nature. Whenever we are performing any operations in the string builder, it's always containing in the original string only, and in string buffer doing the same as string builder. Whenever we are performing some operations, it always storing in the original string only. Next is the memory allocation. For string, it's always using the string pool. Whenever we are creating the object with literals and with the new keywords, it's always using the heap area. And string builder, it always uses the heap area, and string buffer is also same. It's also using the heap area. So the next question is, what is the difference between Java 8 StringJoiner, StringJoin and Collectors.joining? What is StringJoiner? So StringJoiner class internally uses string builder class to join the strings, and it is placed in java.util package. So using Java 8 StringJoiner, we can join only the strings but not the array of string or list of strings. So there are two ways of construct StringJoiner objects. So first one is StringJoiner. It contains only one parameter that called delimiter. So you can see here in the StringJoiner, we need to create one StringJoiner object by passing one delimiter, and based on the delimiter, it will generate the output whatever we added the string. And the next is StringJoiner by having three parameters. First is delimiter, second one is the prefix, and third one is the suffix. So with the delimiter and prefix suffix, whatever the strings we are adding here, it always joining with the delimiter, and in the prefix and suffix, it's applying the given characters. So the next part is StringJoin. So what is StringJoin? StringJoin methods internally uses StringJoiner class. This method can be used to join array of strings or list of strings, but only with the delimiter, not with the prefix and suffix. There are two overloaded forms of StringJoin. First one is public static StringJoin. So in that one, we can pass the two parameters that called delimiter and the elements. Whatever the string we given here, it's joining with the delimiter. And next one is the delimiter and the list of elements. In that case, what we can do, we can store the list of strings or string array, and we can join with the delimiter, and we can pass the next parameter string array. So it will return the output list of strings having the delimiter. So next part is Collectors.joining. So there are three forms of collector.joining methods available. So they are collector.joining without having any parameter, collector.joining one parameter called delimiter, and another one is having the three parameter. One is delimiter, prefix and suffix. So we'll see one by one with examples. So first part is collectors.joining. So here we are joining without delimiter. So in the first part we can take strings.stream.collect, and in that one we can use the collectors.joining method. So it will join without the delimiters. And the next one is we are joining the list of strings with delimiter. So the approach is same, just we need to pass one argument called delimiter. That can be pipe or commas or whatever it may be. It will joining the list of strings with delimiter. And the last one is we are joining the list of strings with delimiter, prefix and suffix. So you can see here the delimiter, I passed the three arguments here. One is delimiter and the prefix and the suffix. So output will be the coming as a joining of strings with delimiter, prefix and suffix. So the next question is how to find the number of occurrences of each character in a string. This is the most important question which is asked in lots of interview questions, guys. So please focus on this question. So here I can tell you the process. How can we achieve this program? So first we need to create one map container. Let's assume count map. And next we need to convert the string to the char array. And later we need to iterate each character. And if character is not present in the count map, then we need to put the character into count map with 1 as its value. And if the character is present, then we need to increment its value by 1. So you can see the example, guys. Here I took one class called example, and in the main method I took one string, and I'm just calling one the find characters count. In that one I passed the string, whatever the string I have, and later I created one map object. I'm just converting the string to the char array. Then we are going to iterate the characters, and first we'll check this particular character is not present in the count map. In that case, we'll put the character by having value 1. Otherwise, if it is already present, then it will go in the else part. And here we are retrieving the value of that particular character and we are incrementing by 1. So the same way loop will be performed for each and every character. After the iteration, you can see the string and the each string count. So the next question is Java program to reverse a sentence word by word. To achieve this program, we need to follow these steps. First, we need to create the string array to store the sentence which we splitted by spaces, and next we need to create the string builder object to store the output, and we need to iterate the split sentence until it's reached to its end, and later we need to store the string in the reverse way. So I'll tell you the guys how can we achieve this. Here I have one class called reverse string by word, and in the main method I have one string that I'm passing in the reverse method, and same whatever string I'm passing in the reverse method I need to reverse the string by word. So first I need to split it with spaces. So we need to pass some regular expression to check the spaces. So for that one we need to pass the 2 slashes and s. So it's splitting the words with spaces. So we can have the string array and we are storing in the words, and later we are going to create one string builder object, and the next step is we need to iterate the words until it reaches to its end. So in the for each loop, let's say my string is my programming world. So I have the 3 length. So my words length is 3. So I'll take the length minus 1. So I value is 2, and we are checking the I greater than 0. Definitely 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Then we'll come to the body of the for loop. So here we are taking the second position of the word. So second position is present the world. So in the output string, first it will store the world and it's appending by the space. And in the next iteration, I value will be the 1 because we are decrementing it. Again we are checking I greater than 0. So I value is 1. Definitely 1 is greater than or equal to 0. And it will come to the loop. So in the loop, what we are doing is we are taking the first index value of the word. So first index value is programming. So previously already we have in the output string we have the word, space, and after that we are appending with the programming. So now our output string is world space programming, and after that we are appending with one another space. Now the output string is world space programming space, and in the last iteration here we already decremented by 1, so I value is 0, and I greater than equal to 0, yes it is equal to 0. Then again it's coming to the body and it's appending to the 0 position of the word. So 0 position it is present the my, so we are appending the my in the same output string. So now our string is the world programming my, and in the next iteration as it's coming the I value is -1, so -1 is not greater than equal to 0, so it will go out from the loop, and finally we are returning the output string dot toString. Just we are converting the string builder to toString and we are returning the string, and if we are printing the result, so we can get the output called world programming my. So hope you are enjoyed my video guys by learning some of the interview questions. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, then do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Very soon I'll come with my part 3 of Java interview questions. So bye bye guys, stay tuned.